Oh dear. Caught drinking coffee. Wow, this lag is weird. Good morning. I didn't do the good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, did I? No. Oh dear, slack, getting very slack. Okay, I am beyond nervous, everybody, so, you know, bear with me. So I hope everybody can hear me. Yep. Okay, now 5,000ftNothing is him indoors. So he's going to be the moderator. And whoa. Okay. Whose idea was this? It is a bit weird. Yeah, the lag thing. Whoa. Is it like, it's not physical distance, is it? Maybe, I don't know. Him indoors will know because he's the technical person. I'm just the talking person. Although at the moment I have no idea what to say. See, well, he says he knows what he's doing, but, you know, he always says that. And anyway, I have some... Oh, hi, Jackie. Hi. And sorry, I haven't said hi to Jolie and hi, Grace, and Corey K was here, but I think he had to go. And yep, thank you for turning up. I was so worried that I was going to be here, and yeah, I just sat here on my own and nobody came. Oh dear, that would have been a bit horrendous. I have some questions that people have already asked me, so I might why a renovation? Oh wow. Well, this was a small house, Jackie, and yeah, I needed a pool because I have mobility problems and I need to do physio every day, and it's complicated, but you know, to get to a decent pool was just, it was too far. It wasn't warm enough, so we thought we'll do a great big extension, put an indoor pool in, dressing room, etc., and yeah, bit off more than one shoe really, but you know, sometimes we do that. Hey. Anyway, Jackie, you asked me favorite fragrance, which is not Chanel. I would say Flora by Gucci, Glamorous Magnolia. Yeah, I like that one. And what else did you say? What is a favorite contemporary brand? Definitely Aspinall of London. Definitely. Okay, let me have a look at the chats, right. I understand about Paul, yeah. Yeah, oh, you've got disc issues as well, Jackie. Oh, well, yeah, you'll understand then. Yeah, if I don't do my physio every day, I'll just sort of lock up and can't walk very well, so it's a bit of a pain. But that was a crazy undertaking. Absolutely crazy. We hit groundwater. We dug down 4 feet and we hit groundwater. Crazy. That's my Flora behind me. Yes, it is. Indeed. Behind me there. Yeah, so that was... Who? Right. I'm not sure if it was Jackie that said, do you have a luxury house you like but have never bought from, and why? Anyway, I'll answer that one. Excuse me. Loewe. I would really love one of their bags, but I've never found the one, you know. So I'm still sort of waiting, although I quite like the small squeeze bag in the navy, but I was saving up for that one. But this evening Oh, I saw another bag, though. That one has been put on hold for a while. God, this lag thing is really weird because I can see myself in the screen here talking about, I don't know, 20 seconds ago. Anyway, oh God, I do hope this is working, guys. Oh, Corey K is still here. Wonderful. Thank you for that. And thank you for everyone else. Simply ASMR, have you been surprised by the success of your YouTube channel thus far? Yes, very. I mean, like I said, I only did it because, you know, I saw that course where this guy was saying, you know, a YouTube course of people from 18 to 55. And I just thought, oh, well, you know, that's me, then I'm over the hill. And then I just thought, no, actually, I'm not. So I'll do it. I'll give it a whirl. And I was planning on doing one video a week, just, you know, as a sort of a sideline thing. And yeah, it turned into a lot more than that. And it has pretty much taken over my life, actually. And it is depriving me of my Netflix binges. But I have to say, this is actually a lot more fun than Netflix, really. It is. And him indoors is a genius, Jelly. Absolutely. I mean, oh, good grief, what would I do without him? I don't know. I really don't know. Are my grandchildren in Australia? Only one of them, unfortunately. The other 6 are in, oh goodness, where are they at the moment? My youngest son moves around with his business quite a lot. They're in Asia somewhere at the moment. So I just have the one in Australia. Yeah. There's a course. Yes, a course to teach you how to, you know, start a successful YouTube channel. And yeah, I don't know. I think there are quite a few people that do those sort of courses online, and, you know, you pay them lots of money and they guarantee you to be successful as long as you're between 18 and 55, that is. You know, you can't be older than 55, which is just, you know, ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. We're talking of grandchildren. I don't even feel responsible enough to be a parent sometimes, let alone a grandparent. So, you know, yeah. What's him indoors saying? This is where I'm supposed to cover my ears, I think. What's he covering his ears about? Oh, buying bags. Yes. Yes, the mouse slipped again. Oh, goodness. Right. I think this was Jackie that asked another question. I'm not sure if it was Jackie or Dawn Donuts. No, it was Jackie, I think. What do you see people carrying when you're out and about in Sydney? I don't go out and about a lot at all, really. But when I do, there is a lot of fake LV, some Chanel, and not a lot else, really. You know? I mean, I don't know, people in Australia have unusual tastes, really. You know? Oh, Jelly, you're out of it too. Yeah, well, you see, this is it, isn't it? And you've got purple hair, which I think is fabulous. You know, when I'm old, I'll wear purple, or when I'm old, I'll get purple hair. I just wish I had more hair. Oh, that is one thing I wanted to say, actually, and explain briefly. Because somebody left a comment a while ago, and it wasn't a nasty comment. It was just a, you know, I love the way you flick that shawl over your shoulder, but can't you do something about your hair? So it was sort of, you know, it was fair enough. My hair doesn't look, you know, brilliant. It's sort of, it's here just. I had skin cancer on my scalp here at the front and had to have it all cut out. So I basically got scar tissue from there to there and there. So I've got a huge square of scar tissue and the hair will not grow. So, you know, that's my explanation. That's why I've got hardly any hair here. If it's bothered anybody, I don't know. It doesn't bother me. Jack. So here I see lots of Michael Kors. Yes, Michael Kors. Yes, there are some Michael Kors. That's a good point. I'd forgotten about them. Mostly people carry these, you know, like Coles is sort of a big grocery store, you know, like a supermarket. They're sort of, you know, bags that you take to the supermarket. Do you know, to be honest, I really don't take that much notice. I do notice that people here are very different to people in Europe. I'm more used to Europeans than Australians. So, yeah, God, I'm really rubbish at this, aren't I? I'm doing my best. I'll get there. God, you know, I was watching Jacob this morning and I thought, oh my God, how does that guy do it? You know, he is so relaxed. I mean, unbelievable. You wouldn't think I'd trained to be an actor, would you, really? Crazy. But then I did find out I got stage fright, so, you know. Yes, the grocery shopper bags. Yes, you know, like the last reusable bag that I'll ever need, and you know, all those slogan things across them. Very strange. But yeah, seriously, I don't go out a lot. I really don't. The mobility thing is an issue. I can't walk around for too long. You know, it becomes a bit painful. Your mother lives in Denmark, very low key, but when she's in Thailand, designer everywhere. Lives are stressful, but they get easier. Oh, wow, your mum lives in Denmark. Never been to Denmark. Yeah, I agree with you, Grace. Aussies don't care much about fashion. I mean, Aussies really don't. I mean, I don't know whether I'm an Aussie or not. I mean, I had an Aussie father and an English mother, and I don't know. I've lived in, well, England, obviously. I've lived in Ireland. I've lived in France. I've lived in Italy. I've lived here in Australia. And him indoors has lived in Kenya, Sudan, Ireland, Vietnam, a couple of other places. And yeah, so we're pretty multicultural, you know. When did I move to Europe and why? Okay, well, I was born and brought up in England, and my father always wanted to come home to Australia. So I never thought of myself as English. I thought of myself as an English person waiting to go home to Australia. So I thought Australia would be home. And then I came to Australia and it just, no, it's not. It really isn't. And I don't know, moving so much, I guess trying to find, you know, where I belonged, you know? Because, I mean, the moving around Europe came before the move to Australia. I moved to Italy when I was 17. And him indoors and myself moved to France when we moved there, 2000. We moved to Ireland in 1998, then France in 2000, and then came back here. I've lived in a lot of houses because having worked in theatre all my life, it was the only way I could make any money. I mean, even working in professional theatre, the pay is absolutely appalling. It is dreadful. Yeah, I think so too, Grace. It's Australia is, it's a long way away. We're always sort of behind, aren't we? You know, I always feel like, you know, you go into Zara or somewhere like that, and at the moment they've got all the things that didn't sell in Europe in the winter. We've got all of the cast-offs. You know, we sort of end up with the scraps, I think. Yeah, Aussies are not, yeah. there just aren't those sort of dress standards anywhere. And I never know what to wear, you know, if I get asked to a wedding or, you know, around somebody's house for dinner. I don't know, you know, I get dressed up and I get there and they're in like board shorts and thongs and yeah, you know. However, according to my mother, you can never be overdressed, but you can be underdressed. So I keep that one in mind. Oh boy. Have I missed anything else? Yeah, so that's why I've moved so much, really, Corey, to make me. I really sort of moved to a house with no intention of staying. We've just renovated a bit, flipped it and moved on. And very luckily found this place, which is gorgeous. Yeah, we do get the scraps, Grace. I mean, it's a shame, isn't it? I do sometimes think I wish I was back in Europe, but then look, I'm too old to move again. I really am. I couldn't do it. I've got too much stuff. The whole moving, the whole packing it all up in boxes, you know, is the thing that does me in. So you always overdress. I know. Did you use your sewing skills in theatre jobs? Yes, because I worked as a wardrobe mistress, so absolutely. I've always been in the wardrobe department in theatre, apart from the first 6 months when I thought I was going to be an actor, and then realised I had stage fright, couldn't cope with it, so I moved backstage and into the wardrobe department. Yeah, so I've designed quite a lot of costumes for various productions and yeah, loved it. Absolutely loved it. Yeah, I'd say, Jolie, I agree with you. You get to the point where you just can't move anymore. It's too much, really too much. Yeah, so my theatre career, okay, well, it started purely by chance because I was going to be I was going to be the prima ballerina, and I just received a letter from the Royal Ballet, and they wanted to audition me, and which was great. You know, I was only 15 at the time, so it was awesome. But 3 weeks before my audition, I was crossing the road, funnily enough, to grab the latest edition of Vogue, and I got knocked over and broke my back. So that sort of put pay to the Royal Ballet thing that was at the window. So I did a lot of rehab and physio, and then saw a job advertised in our local theatre and applied and got it and found a new family. It was wonderful, really, really wonderful. My favourite fashion designers, oh goodness, that's difficult. Do you know, most of them are not here anymore, which is a shame. I mean, I loved Alexander McQueen. I just adored. Oh, he was incredible. I loved Carl. At the moment, I don't know. I mean, I still like the house of Chanel. Who's going to design for them? Who knows? I have no idea. No idea at all. But I guess they're still my favourite fashion house, really. Despite the price rises, the nonsense with Virginie, all of that stuff going on. Yeah, exactly, Corey. I've always needed to do something that I feel passionate about. Money is sort of it's nice if you have it, but if you don't, you know. I didn't study ballet in Sydney. I studied when I was in the UK, because I was born in the UK and lived there till I was 31. So costumes, oh goodness me, I designed costumes for Twelfth Night, Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. I've designed costumes for contemporary circus troupes, just people, not animal, just People's Circus. Oh, goodness me, all sorts of things. Really, from Shakespeare to modern day. Yeah. And I was really lucky. You know, I sort of had my dreams about ballet smashed and then just found a new love. And it was wonderful. Really good. I also attended Lambda as well in London, and like I said, learnt to be an actor, but no, not for me. Couldn't do it. No. Let me see, has anybody else said anything else? Am I keeping up with things? I did just want to address another, I don't know. There's another question. Do people in Australia carry local brands, or is it mostly imported? Excuse me. I would say it's mostly imported. I mean, there is a local brand called Oraton, which I see a little bit of. A Mimco, not so much now. And then Dawn has left a list of questions that are too hard at the moment. What kind of costumes do you make? Theatre, okay, I've done that. Fashion designer, theatre career. I actually did more than wardrobe, actually. For the first 2 years in theatre, I was on an Arts Council traineeship, so I did 6 months in wardrobe, 6 months in lighting, 6 months in sound, and 6 months in stage management. So I sort of did everything, you know, and decided that wardrobe was my thing because of the sewing. Ivan, Kaz, I've just discovered your channel. I want to say that your McQueen scarves collection is impressive. Thank you. Thank you, Ivan. It is a shadow of its former self. I did have a lot more, but, you know, we moved and needed to do this huge renovation thing, and some of it had to go, you know, to pay for part of this, but I kept all the best ones, I think. Yeah. He was just awesome. I loved McQueen. I think it was so sad, really. Just, you know, I know that's the sort of thing you can't talk about on YouTube, but, you know, I mean, who knows what he'd have gone on to create. I mean, wow, just a genius. Just a genius, that guy. God, you know, I'm still so nervous. I'm like a cat on a hot tin roof. I can't sit still. Right. Jackie, you want to get an Oraton bag? Yeah, I haven't. Oh, they've actually got a huge sale on at the moment. So it might be worth checking their website out now. They've got a lot of 50% off bags. And some of them are not bad, you know, really. I mean, they're pretty decent for the money. Mimco, I think, used to be better. I mean, I've actually got an old Mimco bag here. Excuse me. I don't know if you can see that very clearly. This is sort of a little round bag. I love the straps on it. Oh, that was it there, Mimco. This was sort of in its heyday, you know. They made great bags in the early 2000s, but yeah, not so much anymore. John Galliano, yes, absolutely. I mean, I'm not keen on, oh goodness, what was that? Strange noise. I don't know. I'm not keen on, how can I say this? Some of his ideas about non-fashion things, you know. Yeah, he's said a few inappropriate things, and, you know, which were totally out of order and got him in a lot of trouble. And I think it's a shame because he is good. Thank you for reminding me about Galliano. This is what I mean. I'm a total mess. Seriously, I'm a bag of nerves. It is a nice Mimco bag, Grace. I love it. The camera, the camera's dead. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, hold on. Yep, let me ring him indoors. And I hope you guys can still hear me. Oh, it's all right. He's on his way. Sorry about that. You see, we were all prepared and sort of not. I wondered what the noise was.
Has the camera gone to sleep?
The camera has totally gone to sleep.
Really?
It has, yeah.
We can still hear you there, so you can still keep talking.
I can still keep talking, can I? Okay, right. Him indoors is changing the battery. Yes, thank you. Oh, honestly. Grace, you sold most of yours, but still have one Barberton sequin bag left. Oh, Mimco ones, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you can still hear me. That's good. Okay. I know. You see, I really tried to relax this afternoon and get myself into that, you know, that sort of calm state, and yeah. But not really happening. I appear frozen. Oh, am I frozen?
Yeah, you're frozen.
I'm frozen. Oh, God. I'm frozen. I am. I'm frozen. Am I frozen like that, holding up the bag? All right, well, at least you're getting a good look at the bag. I love that bag. I love the purple sort of piping in between the panels. It's got a nice sort of matte leather and then a metallic leather and with purple piping in between. It's really lovely. Okay, I think are we going again? Yep.
Might be.
I still appear frozen on the screen.
I might need to wake it up.
Something was bound to go wrong, wasn't it? Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. Okay. Him indoors is playing with the laptop and doing some. I can't see the chat anymore.
Right.
The chats. Now I can. Right. Is it? I can't see anything on the. I can't see anything on the screen. Okay. Right. Well, hopefully you can still hear me. Yes, I think I'm back. Am I back? Yes. Hopefully. We can hear you just fine. Exactly. Okay. Right. Hopefully everything's back working properly. Yeah. I think the chats have sort of stalled. I don't know what's happened there. I'm not sure if they've. Okay. Yeah, you're back. Brilliant. Oh, yes. One thing I did want to ask you guys, please, if you could give the live a thumbs up, that would be brilliant, please. I would really appreciate that. YouTube seems to really, yeah, you know, if you don't get many likes, you don't get many, you know, much promoting of your channel around. How can a camera go flat when it's plugged in? I don't know. I don't know. That is a very good question, and I have no idea. This is him indoors, you know. I mean, who knows? I have no idea at all. Okay, I did want to answer. Dawn Donuts had an interesting question. And she said, if you could only keep one bag in your collection, which bag would it be and why? I think it would have to be two. It would have to be the Denim 22 that him indoors has just bought me. for our 30th anniversary, and my black vintage tweed, which is just sublime. You know, the one with the beautiful chain, the gold-plated chain, bijou. Love it. Absolutely love it. So, okay, now another question from Dawn. If you had to give, not sell, one of your bags away, which one would it be and why? It would probably be the Francis Valentine tote, because Dee Dee was asking me about it. So I think it must have appealed to her. So yeah, I'd give her that bag. Okay. Corey, thoughts on Oscar de la Renta? No YouTubers ever speak of his design. They don't, do they? Oscar de la Renta, do you know, I haven't seen any of his collections since I really can't remember when. I mean, is he still showing, you know, like current collections? Because I haven't heard anything of him at all. Oh, it's Grace. Don't worry about being cheeky. It's him indoors has got an exceedingly good sense of humour. Yeah. So Corey, I really don't know his recent stuff, and I didn't know he was still designing, to be honest. I mean, that's how out of touch we are in Australia. But do tell me, is he still designing? I should look him up, shouldn't I? That'd be a good thing. Excuse me while I have a sip of coffee. My mouth is getting very dry. You've got a vintage Oscar de la Renta dress from the 60s. Wow. I love the 60s. I mean, I really did love the 60s. Well, obviously, because I was there. Yeah, I don't know either, Corey. I'll have to look up, really, because, you know, I have become a little bit out of touch with things lately. You know, before YouTube, there was, you know, the whole renovation thing, which I keep talking about, but, you know, that took over our life for about 5 years. And now YouTube has totally taken over our life. And I honestly, I'm so out of touch with the real world. I am somewhat reclusive. I really am. But that sounds gorgeous, Grace. An Oscar de la Renta dress from the 60s sounds fabulous. It's a great time in fashion, really. I mean, I'm so pleased that I was around for it. You know, I can remember, you know, Mary Quant in the miniskirt and, yeah, Bieber on Kensington High Street. Oh, love it. Did I catch Luke's earlier question about favourite designers? I did. Yes. And as I said, most of them are not here anymore, unfortunately. Hi, Monarch. Hey, thank you for coming. Good to see you. Well, you know, see you in inverted commas. Now, him indoors, you're supposed to be motivating people to thumb up the video and, you know, all that stuff. You see, I'm always having to pull him up on things, you know. He's good, really. Well, he is more than good. Right, okay. Question from Dawn Donuts. Do you typically carry your luxury bags on a daily basis or for special occasions only? Well, I mean, I don't go out on a daily basis, but when I do go out, absolutely. I mean, yeah. The only luxury bag I don't have at the moment is the one from Mango that I use a lot. Grace. Okay, since you were studying ballet, did you have a dream role you wanted to dance? Yes, Giselle. Absolutely. Just, I love that ballet. I adore it. I really do adore it. Do I miss England? No, not really. I miss people. You know, I miss my friends that are there a lot. I mean, it's a long way. It's too far for me now to go and visit people. It's a bit too much. The back's just not up to long haul flights anymore. But no, because I never really felt at home there. You know, like I said before, it was always felt like a temporary thing. We were always going to move to Australia, you know. What bag do I carry when flying with him indoors? The mango one, the pleather bag, which I don't. Do I have with me? No, I don't actually. Yeah, my pleather bag, the cheap one. I mean, the planes that we're flying are old planes, so it's no good taking a decent bag because, you know, it will get absolutely wrecked. So yeah, we're actually going flying on Thursday, which is brilliant. Oh, that's the first ballet you saw. Oh God, I mean, it is just beautiful. So how far did you get with ballet, Grace? Are you still dancing, or was it a passing thing? Him indoors is going to bring the flying bag down. It's quite a way to come, actually. We've got a sort of a U-shaped house, and yeah, we get our steps in every day. This is the mango bag. This bag, I cannot seem to put down. Seriously, it is just, you know, it's so easy. I adore it. I really do. Love it to pieces. Can I just say you have beautiful glowy skin? Really? Thank you. I think I inherited my skin from my mum. She had that lovely sort of English complexion, you know, so I think I was lucky in that department. Although, seriously, look, in all honesty, you know, I mean, I've had a facelift. I have Botox in my forehead here and here, the 11s. I have a little bit of Botox in here. Yeah, and that's all actually. Yeah, I don't really like fillers or things like that, but yeah. I mean, cosmetic surgery is something that I did want to talk about at one point, but it's a bit of a contentious issue, you know. Giselle, what is section? Oh, the graveyard scene. Oh God, I mean, just wow, that must have been incredible. Really, I saw. Very fortunately, when I lived in the UK, when I was quite young, I saw Margot Fonteyn and Rudolf Nureyev. I can never say that name properly. Anyway, Rudolf dance Swan Lake, which was just unbelievable. And I went round to the stage and actually met Margot Fonteyn, and I had her autograph the program, and she was just, oh my God, she was just beautiful. She was so tiny, so petite. Just wow. Oh, amazing. Okay, as I grew up in a small place, I could not do ballet. Oh, no teachers. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Oh, no, as you thought ballet dancers didn't wear pants. Oh, no. Oh, Grace. That is such a shame. Yeah, my dad was really old-fashioned as well. I had quite elderly parents. My dad was 52 when I was born, so there was sort of almost, 2 generations between us, and my mother was 40. And yeah, in the 60s, it started causing a lot of generation gap issues, I think. That's a shame, really, Grace, that you couldn't do ballet. Oh, so you started in, oh, wow, for almost 15 years. Awesome. And you do traditional Chinese dance. Oh, that's fabulous. That is really amazing. Oh, I'm really pleased that you finally got to do what you wanted to do then. That's brilliant. Really good. Wow. Chinese dance as well. That is incredible. that is so amazing. I haven't seen an awful lot of traditional Chinese dance, but I've seen a couple of shows, and they've just been outstanding, really incredible. Very, very different from anything else I've ever seen. Yeah. Oh, I know what I was meant to do. I still have this Dawn. Right. Dawn wanted to know if him indoors was understanding and supportive of my love for handbags and my collection. And I'll let him answer that, actually. Go on, him indoors. You can answer that one. Oh, so you do perform now. Oh, that's awesome. Wow. Absolutely awesome. That's great. I'm so pleased that you eventually got to do that. And it's so nice when dreams come true. It really is. You seem to have a great bag collection. Oh, hi, Curious Fashion. How did I start it? Mulberry started it, actually, and I'm one of the OGs for them in the Purse Forum, sort of back in the day when it more or less first started. And yes, as he said, he is very, very, very understanding. He understands the bag thing. Yeah. Yeah, so Mulberry, I actually started collecting, and I mean, you know what the Purse Forum's like. They're just, I don't know what it's like now because I haven't signed in for a while, but I mean, yeah, we were always enabling each other back in the day, always. Yeah. So, Grace, do you perform in Australia, I assume? Because I don't know where you're from. Oh, I mean, you are Australian, aren't you? Do you perform in Sydney at all? Because if you do, I would love to come and see you, really. I love going to the theatre. I really do. Yeah, Mulberry and Dior. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, I didn't do Dior, but Mulberry, big time. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I used to have quite a lot. Quite a lot. Oh, you're an OG too at the Purse Forum. Wow. God, I suppose probably. Oh, you're in Perth. Oh, okay. We lived in Perth when we first came to Australia. Nice place, really nice place. But oh wow, I mean, so far away from anywhere. But you grew up in Malaysia. That's fascinating. I would love to see some Chinese traditional dance, actually. That would be awesome. It really would. I'd fly to Perth to see that. Honestly, I feel one of the problems with living in Australia is just, that there is there isn't a lot of culture. There really isn't. I mean, the theatre is, you know, okay-ish. There's just not a lot going on, really. We did almost move to Malaysia, didn't we? Yeah, sorry, I'm indoors. Yeah. It's an original production about Chinese migrants, and someone from SBS asked if we would go to Sydney, but we didn't have funding. Oh, bummer. That's a shame. Yeah, you see, that's why I moved from Perth over to the East Coast, because it's actually the most isolated city on the planet. Perth is. I mean, it's about 2,500 miles from anywhere, isn't it? I drove across from Perth to Brisbane, sort of followed the coast, you know, all the way along the bottom and then up the East Coast. It's a long way. Boy, it's a long way. It's a shame you don't have funding. Have you applied to, oh God, I don't know what the funding bodies are called now, the Australia Council or like the local sort of state arts funding people? Yeah, because I've had quite a lot of experience with the Australia Council. I actually sat on the board for the state funding people in Queensland when we lived in Brisbane. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm not ignoring everybody else. I'm just fascinated by Grace and her dancing, because it was such a love of mine. It really was. It was yeah, it was hard to let go, but you know, theatre was great. It filled the gap almost, but not quite, you know. I'll just get back to this another question that Dawn Donut said. She said, you have sons, I think. Do you have daughters? If your sons are married, do their wives also have the love of handbags? I don't have a daughter. I have two sons. And one daughter-in-law has a very large collection of Chanel. And my other daughter-in-law loves bags, but more fashion in general, because she studied fashion and design. So, yeah, I mean, you know, the whole family's into it, really. Yeah, yeah, I know, Grace, that the competition is crazy, isn't it? It is crazy. I know. I sent down the question. Okay, where was it? Let me have a look. Oh, sorry. Best and worst things about living in Sydney. My apologies, Rose. I get so captivated by anything about dancing that I'm sorry. I just sort of tend to blank things out. The best things about living in Sydney. Okay, although there's not an awful lot of culture here, there's probably more in Sydney. Well, I won't say than anywhere else, because there's a lot in Melbourne as well, but certainly a lot more than when we were in Brisbane, and a whole lot more than when we lived in Perth. Excuse me. So that's good. I mean, I don't like the weather in Sydney, but him indoors. Didn't like Brisbane because it was really hot, and he's Irish, well, half Irish, so he doesn't like the heat. I don't know. I like Sydney. It's got a good sort of feel to it. It really has. Worst things, let me think. Drivers. Oh my goodness, the drivers are insane. Absolutely insane. They are dreadful. Really dreadful. Particularly traders in utes. They are just unbelievable. I think if you're moving to Sydney, probably one of the worst things about living here is crazy house prices. Really ridiculous. I mean, I don't know how young people are supposed to afford to buy a house anymore, you know, because it's, you know, the suburb that we live in, and it's not, you know, it's by no means an upmarket suburb. It's sort of, you know, average, you know, sort of in the middle type suburb. You can't even get a house for anything less than $2 million, which is crazy. I mean, that is just a huge amount of money, you know, really huge. So I think living costs are the worst things. You know, if you want to buy a house here, oh, really, really awful. It's practically impossible to find anywhere to rent. There's a shortage of rental properties. I love being by the sea or the ocean. I love living near the coast. Sydney's got some good festivals, you know, like I like Vivid, and there's a great concert hall here, and yeah, there's a fair bit of culture, and the people are pretty laid back. You know, it's a pretty nice place to live. I mean, compared to a lot of places in the world, it's, you know, God, we're so lucky, really, really lucky. I mean, we often complain about the place, but wow, we yeah, we don't do it half as bad as anybody else. I mean, there is so much ridiculous stuff going on. Oh, Dawn, you're here. Oh, I've been answering your questions, Dawn. I got down to the sons and daughters one. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? I mean, the price of a house, ludicrous. Do you know, we had this ridiculous guy that was hassling us. When was it? About 2 weeks ago. Kept knocking on the door and asking us if we wanted to sell the house, because our house is sort of on a corner block, and it's got we've got an entrance to that street and an entrance to that street. And so it's a perfect little sort of development block. And it's going to be rezoned soon, so somebody could put a small block of apartments on it. And he kept coming around every day for, I think it was 2 weeks, and every day he offered us more and more money, and he just couldn't understand why we didn't want to take so much money, you know. And and do you know what he said? He said, look, he said, this is my highest offer now. He said, this is a really good price. He said, and if you accept it, you could buy yourself a really nice house. You know, as if this one wasn't nice. I mean, goodness, took me 2 years to find an old house in Sydney. And yet that is one of the worst things about Sydney, actually. All the old houses are being knocked down, which is tragic. It really is tragic. We have no sense of history here at all, you know, and it's, I think I'm doing the you know thing again. I'm indoors, I'll be doing the counter thing. Sorry, Dawn. Yes, so listen, I have been answering your questions, Dawn. They're not easy ones. Oh, wait. Where did I get to? Oh, I know. Dawn asked me, sorry if I'm hopping all over the place, it's because I'm nervous. Sorry about that. What's the most dollars you ever spent on an article of clothing? What was it? Was it purchased to wear with one of your bags? We women do that from time to time. Do you know, I had to look this up because I couldn't remember. It was a J.W. Anderson denim skirt that cost me $770. $770. Wow. I mean, you know, I thought that was a lot of money for a denim skirt. Yet I'll quite happily go and buy a Chanel bag, but you know, crazy. So yeah, I don't really spend much on ready to wear, you know. No, sorry, I hadn't answered these before, Dawn. Okay, have you ever bought a bag thinking it was going to be the most wonderful bag ever, only to discover you don't carry it much? Not really. I mean, I buy most of my stuff online, so there's always the option to send it back. You know, I've only bought 2 of my Chanel bags at the boutique. The one a couple of weeks ago that him indoors bought me, and one about 18 months ago. So, you know, no, they're good. They're good questions, John. They're just difficult, you know. Jack, my wedding dress, 1K in 2007, and I think it was way expensive. That is a lot of money, isn't it, really, for 2007? Wow. But, you know, I mean, it's your wedding dress. You know, it's a special, yeah, it's that special day, isn't it? You know? Oh, God, you'll laugh when I tell you where my wedding dress came from. Oh, goodness. And I bought it before him indoors had even suggested that we get married. I just sort of knew that it was going to happen. And I was walking through the department store here called Maya, and I was walking through the children's department, and I saw this cream lace dress hanging on the end of a rack and thought, wow, that would make a brilliant wedding dress. And so I bought it, and it was $99. And yeah, got married in it. I think mine was a $4,000 McQueen leather jacket. Oh, wow. Look, that's awesome, though. Really. I mean, McQueen, you know, if you buy something fabulous like that, I mean, you've got it for a lifetime. You know, that's oh, I'm doing the you know thing again. I don't know when I got into the habit of doing that. Excuse me, I must have a sip of coffee. You paid $100 for your wedding dress. That was years ago. Yeah, see, $99. When did I buy it? 2 years before we got married, 1998. And we got married in 2000. Yeah. And I still have it. I haven't worn it again, but, you know, I think I might still just squeeze into it. Jack says, oh, I have my first ever and only Chanel bag. I'm not actually going to show it online at all, but it's amazing. I get the hype, but that now is the most valuable single thing I own. Oh, wow, have you got that? Or have you had it for a while, Jack? Jackie, Jack, whichever you prefer to be called. Their bags are amazing. I mean, I just love them to pieces. I wish I didn't, because, you know, I'm really not loving what's going on at Chanel at the moment. The whole thing with Virginie is just unacceptable way to treat anybody, really. You just should not treat people like that at all. Dawn, my most expensive article of clothing, Ralph Lauren jacket. $698 for, yeah, I see that's, you know, Ralph Lauren, nice cut, you know, they do good jackets. They really do. Look, nowadays you're lucky if you find a decent wedding dress and a 2K. I know. I mean, if you have, you know, the traditional sort of wedding dress, I mean, friends of mine have spent, oh goodness, I can remember a friend of mine years ago paying something, and this was in England, so it was, you know, in the 80s. I think she spent £5,000 on a wedding dress, which was, you could probably buy half a house then for that. Really. Oh, you just got the bag, Jack, but it's not new. Yeah, see, nearly all of mine are pre-loved. Really. Really pre-loved. Oh. Navy and gold thread tote. Lovely. Oh, hi, Nora. Hi, good to see you. Yeah, this is it, Dawn, isn't it? If you get something really special like that, you can just keep it forever. Yeah. Do you know, that is another great thing about bags that I will say. It doesn't matter with bags. If you put on weight, lose weight, whatever, become a different shape, which happens after menopause, you know, a bag will always fit you. Absolutely, always. There's never a problem with a bag fitting you. Oh dear. I hope I'm doing all right at this because I'm still incredibly nervous. How many people we got watching now? 14. Well, it's better than none. Thank you everybody who's here. And I'm sorry if I've been all over the place, but I have really literally never done anything like this before. It is very daunting. What do I look for in a bag? I really don't know what attracts me first to a bag. I don't know. It needs to be practical. I need to be able to put, you know, at least like, you know, my phone, that needs to fit in there. Phone, bit of makeup, comb, or talking of comb, but this my hair is probably all over the place because it was half wet when I started this. And I should be getting it right. Yeah, about saving the bags from landfills. Oh no. It's just, it's tragic the way people just sometimes throw away things. And I mean, literally throw them in the bin. I don't get it. I mean, there are so many charity shops. There are so many people who have got nothing. I don't get it at all. I really don't. I just don't know how anybody could be so... It's disrespectful to people who have nothing, you know, isn't it? I think you're doing a great... You are rescuing so many bags, Jack. You have an amazing collection. I'm seriously in awe of your bags. I have learned so much watching your channel, really. I think it's just, yeah, incredible. Grace, yes, you are. I am. What, doing okay? I hope. Dawn, you're doing great. Why are you nervous? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not... Oh, wow. I don't know. I'm not really an extrovert type of person. Do you know what I mean? I'm very introverted. I'm very sort of almost, yeah, I would say probably almost reclusive these days. I know it is like talking with friends. It is good. Luke, far too much waste in fashion now. Oh, you're not kidding. I mean, really, just horrendous. Absolutely frigging horrendous. I think that's, yeah. I would say words stronger than that, but I won't because we're on YouTube. So, but yeah, the waste is ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. I mean, fast fashion is... Oh, what do you do about it? I mean, it's just taken over, hasn't it? Totally taken over. I find as I'm getting older, I too a bit more reclusive. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think it's because I just get too affected by everything, too upset by what's going on in the world. I'm very sort of susceptible to, I don't know how to explain it, to people's vibes, you know what I mean? I can sort of feel what people are feeling when they could be saying the opposite, but I can sense what they're feeling. And there is a lot of angst out there and a lot of jealousy and all those crazy emotions that people waste so much of their lives just being envious of other people instead of getting up off the backside and, you know, getting it for themselves. Yeah, reclusive. I can honestly see me reaching the point where I just hardly go out at all. Yeah, too much empathy. Absolutely. I'm indoors. I am. Yeah. Speaking of waste, we now have a Shein pop-up shopping one. Oh, no, really? Oh, God, Grace. Oh, no. Dawn. Are you an extreme extrovert? God. Come and sit here for me, Dawn, please. Take over. Oh, do, honestly. I'm out of practice at talking to people, really. I mean, I'm okay sort of talking to the camera now, but, you know, I mean, that's when, you know, it can be edited and changed and all that sort of thing. Whereas now it's like, well, you know, what you hear is what you get. I am in awe of people like Jacob who can just sit for hours and keep people absolutely captivated, you know, by what he's saying. I love that man to pieces. I think he's awesome. Really awesome. Are you allowed to share a wedding pic? Yes, absolutely. Why not? I don't even know how you can do that, but if you can do that, go for it. How are you going to do that? Sorry, I'm talking to him indoors. How is he going to do that? Share a picture? I don't know. I'm using a laptop for this live, and I'm really not used to a laptop at all. I'm used to my desktop. And after live, you will feel exhausted. It gets better the more you do it. Oh God, you reckon? I hope so. I hope so, because I really need the watch hours. I really do. Oh, there we are. Look, that was him and me. There we are. Yeah. The $99 lace dress. Oh, goodness. And the jacket that was too big for him indoors. Oh, God, it was a beautiful day, though. So we had 8 people at our wedding, and it was just the best day. I think we did the whole wedding for about sort of 300 British pounds or something. And, you know, it was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Just a few really important, special people with us, and it was great. It was definitely my best marriage. This is my 3rd marriage. I've been married twice before. And my first husband has been at all 3 of my weddings. Because, oh dear, that's strange, isn't it? Yeah, I married a lovely man who's no longer here, sadly, called Dave, who bought me that brooch that's in the last video that I did. And we got married when we were 18, and we only got married because everybody told us not to. Everybody said, oh, you're too young, you know. So we went ahead and got married, and then we realised that, you know, we were just good friends, really. So we had a very amicable divorce. And then I married his best friend. So he was, obviously Dave was there too, you know, was there at the 2nd wedding. And so he had to be there at the 3rd wedding as well. I mean, you know, oh, you're on your 3rd as well, Nora. I think 3 times lucky, don't you reckon? I mean, I mean, this one is just for keeps now. I adore this man. Oh, sorry, he's here, isn't he? You see, this is the trouble with me. I don't have enough of a filter. When I start talking, I just say, yeah, my first brain after. Awesome wedding photo. Thank you, Jackie. Yeah, I think that's how it should be. Just, you know, just really personal and meaningful, and just with that nice little group of people who just really, there's so much love there, really. Yeah, see, exactly, Nora. I mean, you know, like I said, I got married at 18, and it's ridiculous getting married at 18. I mean, you have no idea what you're going to do in life when you're 18. No idea at all. I mean, you're not old enough. Funnily enough, though, that was another question that I was asked by, who was it? Who I don't think is here in the chat. Cager9552. I don't think. Or is that you there, Cager? I don't know if that's you or not. Was it you who asked about how I met him indoors? Oh, you're one and done. Oh, see, that's lovely. Really? Oh, since 1983. Wow. That's awesome. Really. Yeah, I mean, so I don't know if this is the same Cager. I pronounced it probably Kaja. Cager. Cager9552. I don't know if you're the Cager who is here, who said beautiful wedding picture. Anyway, there was a question. I hope to be able to see the live questions and answers. If I can't watch the live, my question is, how did you and your husband meet? We met online in the sort of the pre-internet days. My eldest son had a bulletin board system, which I doubt if anybody will know what that is. It was it's a bit like a forum that you dial into. Oh, it is you. Yes. Right. Okay. Well, I'm answering your question. Good to see you here. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all of you being here. Honestly, like I said, I was so thinking to myself earlier, I thought, oh, Chris, I'm going to sit here all on my own and nobody's going to turn up. Anyway, I digress, as I always do. Him indoors. Oh, wow. Yeah, so it's a bit like a forum where, you know, you could leave messages, you could share files, you know, cheats for games, you know, hacks, all that sort of thing. And you could also chat to the systems operator, sort of equivalent to a systems administrator, I suppose, really. And I used to chat to people sometimes, and I was up really late one night. I came back from the theatre. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning, and him indoors, you could request a chat. So he requested a chat, and we started chatting online, and just, I mean, and given the fact that you don't know how old somebody is, you know, what they look like, he knew that I was, you know, the person who my oldest son's, obviously his mother. I didn't know how old he was, and we just, I don't know, we just, from the minute we started chatting online, we just sort of clicked straight away. Everything just fell into place. It was just amazing. And then I decided to have a Doomathon. I don't know if any old game, no, I don't think any of you are old enough to know or to play Doom, but it was a game that was really big in the early 90s, really changed computer gaming forever, really, you know. And him indoors turned up, and he stood in, I opened the door, I can remember it so clearly, like it was yesterday. he was standing in the doorway and he introduced himself, and I thought, wow, okay. And he said, it's my 18th birthday today. And I thought, oh, goodness for that. You know, because all I was thinking about was, you know, legalities. And anyway, you know, I won't go into too much, but so there's an age difference of 22 years between us. And yeah, from that first time we met at the Doomathon, we've hardly ever been apart. Oh, you love Doom. Oh, you played Doom. Oh, right. Oh, it was an amazing game, Jackie. Absolutely amazing. KJ, your name's Kathleen. Right. I love that name, Kathleen. It's beautiful. It really is. Anyway, so that is how we met at the Doomathon that I organised. And yeah, I just sold the house and was buying a boat to live on, and he moved onto the boat with me, and yeah, he's still here. So it works. It works for us. We've been through a lot of harsh criticism from people who thought that, you know, older woman, younger man, not acceptable, but older man, younger woman, fine. You know, crazy. I mean, really, shouldn't be like that at all, but, you know, it is. Yeah, I love Doom too. I really did. Oh, it's just awesome. I mean, that game engine just revolutionised gaming. Totally. Just took off. Totally took off. I didn't know you were a gamer, Jackie. That's interesting. Yeah. What time is it now? Oh, wow. Is it that late? Oh, goodness. Thank you, Grace. Yeah, it would. Do you know, it's... I'll tell you, it's a really, really funny thing. So we met a few times, me and him indoors. We went to see a movie and, you know, all that sort of usual thing. And I started feeling a little bit unwell. This is going to sound really stupid, but, you know, whatever. I might as well. I mean, like you said, Dawn, it's like talking to friends, so, you know, I might as well come out with it. Yeah, and I started feeling a bit strange, you know, this sort of weird feeling in the pit of my stomach, and, you know, feeling a bit weak and a bit wobbly and, you know, slightly nauseous almost. And so I went to see my doctor, and he asked me what was wrong, and I told him how I was feeling. And he said, have you met anybody recently? And I said, yeah. Why? He said, oh, for goodness sake, Kaz. He said, you know, have you heard about that love thing? I said, well, no, not really. I don't think I've ever been in love with anybody. He said, oh, I really think you are. And so it was ridiculous. So, you know, so I went to the doctors and he told me I was in love, which was very strange, but yeah. And he still makes me go weak at the knees. Honest to goodness, he is just... Oh, he's there, isn't he? Look, just ignore this. Ignore this him indoors. Don't listen. Cover your ears. Don't look. A gamer. Oh, your husband's a major gamer, Jackie. Yeah, I love I still love computer games. I really do. Yeah, absolutely, Grace. It was just meant to be. Absolutely meant to be. I mean, it just... The age thing never seemed like it was an issue to us. It was just an issue to everybody else, but not to us. Yeah, we've been incredibly happy. I had no idea that it was possible to be this happy. Seriously, yeah. I even wrote him a poem, but I won't go as far as reading that out, because yeah, he'd probably get a bit embarrassed about that, wouldn't you? Him indoors. Yeah, he is such a great person. You know, the thing with him is that my dad was somewhat critical of my first two husbands. because he was still alive then. And he said to me, he said, you know what? He said, you will never be happy until you find your intellectual equal. And I didn't think that used to matter, you know, but he was right. He was absolutely spot on. You know, I mean, I can talk to him indoors about, you know, how Stephen Hawking's original theory on black holes was wrong, you know, and just, yeah, astrophysics and anything, you know. And he is so knowledgeable. You know, he impressed me so much when we first met. He was only 18, but he was so wise. Just, wow. He just blew me off my feet, totally. Absolutely. Just, yeah. It's been good. It's been really, really incredible. Oh, goodness, look, I was only going to do an hour and it's, what time is it now? 1:21. Oh, there are 16 people watching now. Oh, goodness me. Wow. We're attracting a crowd. Oh, dear. Yeah, absolutely, Dawn. Yeah, it's good. It's good to have friends. I mean, funnily enough, because of the bulletin board and the internet and being into computers so much, I've always had more sort of online friends than offline friends. Yeah, Jolie, you cannot possibly be equally ignorant. Absolutely not. No. But, you know, if you're that happy, I'm really pleased for you. I wish everybody was. I honestly do. I wish I could put it in a bottle and just give it to people, you know. Oh, see, that's lovely, Nora. That really is. So it was third time lucky for you as well. That's brilliant. 15 years now, it's great. Yeah, it's just so, I don't know. I never used to think it was possible to find somebody who would understand me, you know, because I'm not the sort of standard run-of-the-mill, you know, type person. But he does, and it's good. It is indeed. Are you guys getting fed up with me waffling on now? You probably are. You've probably had enough. Look, it's 1:23, 1:23. It's an auspicious moment. It is indeed. Guys, thank you so much for turning up. I mean, really, I'm really quite, I'm pretty rubbish at this, I think, to be honest. I don't think I'm very good at it. I'm sure I've missed things that people have said or asked me, and I'm really sorry if I have, but it's all just been a bit overwhelming for me. Yeah, for somebody who's usually reclusive, it's a bit out there, you know. But yeah, thanks, guys. Just, you know, I have met, you guys are so nice. I have met such amazing people since I started my YouTube channel. So many people said, oh God, you know, you'll get all sorts of horrible comments and these trolls and, you know, people saying nasty things and do this and do that. And I've had none of that. None of it. Next week, am I doing another one? Oh goodness. The thing is, I think I'll have to because of these watch hour things, you know. You were amazing. It's simply ASMR. Thank you so much. I really, you know, I really appreciate all of you. I do. I mean, Corey, I'm not in the least bit fabulous at all. I mean, oh dear, I'm still literally, you know, this is why I'm sitting like this, because my hands are still shaking. Now that I've done it once, I'll be a pro for the next one. Oh, look, you know, I'll try. I'll do my best. Look, Grace, it's been fabulous and lovely to hear about all your dancing. And sorry, guys, if I ignored you for a while. I was just so captivated by what Grace was doing, because dance is still, it's just part of my every fibre in my body, you know. I love it so much. I really do. Yeah. Oh, lot of rain. Hurricane? Oh, wow. Oh, Nora. Goodness me. Well, be safe, you know. I mean, yeah. Goodness, hurricane sounds horrendous. Oh, Johnny, yeah, sorry, we're just winding up here. Not because you just arrived. Don't take it personally. But we were just sort of winding things down anyway, because it's sort of nearly 1:30 a.m. in the morning here, and just got your keyboard working, Jolie. No, not even. Well, I know. Look, I know. I mean, look, it's like the camera battery dying. You know, I had no idea what that noise was, and that was obviously when the battery died, and you know. But I think it's been okay. I just want to say thank you so much, everybody. I love you all to pieces. Thank you. I really don't know what else to say. Oh, Dawn, you do not need to apologise for anything at all. You really don't. And yes, Nora, do stay safe. Hurricanes sound terrifying, really. Just, whoa, you know, be careful. Be careful. I hope so. I think I'll probably do another one next week. Is this time good for people? I'm not sure. I think it's probably the best I can do for sort of, you know, to cover most people. Anyway, I'm going to say thank you and goodbye. I can't do my usual disappearing trick. I can't do the magic dust without him indoors doing that. Oh, I don't know. Maybe he might be able to do it. Can you do the magic dust? Him indoors? Yeah, no. It's not talking to me now. Look, it's probably fallen asleep. No. Okay, right. No magic dust. Okay, well, I'll just do the usual. À bientôt, mes amis. Au revoir et bonsoir. And I'll do that. See, no magic dust. Anyway, listen, have a great day or night to all of you. Thank you so much. Okay, thanks. Bye. Whoa.